Yes, YouTube, hope everyone's good, hope everybody is well, big up everyone on this Friday morning now. We are back with another reaction video. Decca Heggie first. I did put a poll out, to be fair, and there was a few people saying, let's do it all on everyone, so we'll start off with no other. Decca versus Brett, the jail tale story. Just as I start, someone's at the door. I'll take it.
Yeah, can't get it, but it's locked. What's your name? Is it Liam?
Liam, yeah.
What's your name, Liam?
Bean.
Bean.
Yeah.
B-E-A-N.
Yeah.
I reckon she's still in bed.
Probably. Probably.
So that's, I'll cover that, won't it? Yeah, so that's Amanda's.
Yeah.
So one's for Sophie. Do you want a card from him for it?
Yeah, you can do.
Yeah, I'll pop one in a minute, mate, alright. I probably thought her gate went normally unlocked, to be honest.
Yeah, it usually is, to be fair.
Yeah.
All the kids.
Appreciate that, Liam. Nice one, mate.
See you later. See you later. Right, let's get back into it, people. Sorry about that one.
How we doing, guys? So the Brett May story, I'll give you it in full now.
Going into the story, what we all sort of really know anyway was a load of shite from Brett May about him apparently knocking Decca out in the library. So let's see what Decca's got to say.
In HMP Hull, I was on G-Wing and Brett was on D-Wing. Now, I'd got a job in the laundry.
Decca had a
on the
job?
Second day in
Jesus. But that's the first time in his life he's ever had a job.
HMP Hull. And what happened was, about 2 weeks into the sentence, I was with Gav Tui. I don't know if anyone knows Gav Tui from Leeds. Me and Gav Tui were walking to Education.
I know Gav Tui.
And Brett was coming the other way, going to the gym. Brett gave us the highest of respect. He shook my hand. He said that he wanted to fight Paul Venice, blah, blah, blah.
Well, according to Brett, he'd come up behind you and give you a big one bomb. You were snoring on the floor and everyone were laughing at you.
And that was it. Shook hands and off he went into the other direction. The second time we spoke was when I was on G-Wing. Brett was on exercise and we were speaking to each other through the metal bars. And he was just going on about Paul Venice wanting to fight him, blah, blah, blah.
Funny, isn't it, how he always mentions the Paul Venice fight to other people and comes on YouTube and talks about Paul Venice fight. But the Paul Venice fight never happens. Paul Venice has offered him that fight multiple times.
And that was the only times me and Brett have ever crossed paths in jail. There was no library. I'd never been to the library ever. There was no punches thrown. There was no shouting, abuse, nothing like that. So I couldn't understand why Brett come out of prison saying that he knocked me out. Anybody that knows me in the...
We could all tell you why Brett come out of prison telling everyone that he knocked you out. Because the last time he come out of prison, he said that you and Shadowboxer set him up and he were going to do yours then. And then the second time he come out and said that he's banged you clean out in the library. Because, let's be honest, Brett loves to talk poo.
Fight game. I don't get knocked out easy.
All fart, no poo.
But there was no fight with me and Brett. There never was a fight with me and Brett. It was all for the views, clicks, and to get his channel, probably to get his channel algorithm going at the time. But like I say, guys, that's the whole story. We spoke twice. First time he shook my hand, spoke highly of us, and off we went, and that was it. So that's the story, guys. Quick and easy.
So basically, Decca has just confirmed, which we all knew, that Brett was absolute lick ass. Went up to Decca in prison. I want to fight Paul Venice. Please let me fight Paul Venice. Can you get me to fight Paul Venice? But not trying to get the fight with Paul Venice. So, yeah, that is that one, people. I think we all sort of knew that one anyway. With, you know, there's no way that Brett May knocks Decca Heggie clean out in prison anyway. You know. Now, this is one that I did want to look into. Because Simon Kirk is not want to look at it through JDP. Simon Kirk apparently has put a video out explaining, and I said it yesterday, explaining about why he had to disappear. So let's check this one out, because this is interesting, people. Anyone who didn't know, something to do with a watch and all this sort of stuff got nicked. And yeah, Simon had to go. Now, what I knew of Simon, he was quite a top fella, to be fair. He did a lot for me behind the scenes of YouTube, so I haven't got anything bad to say about him, but we'll check this one out.
Knowing when to go hard and when to go soft.
I thought it was quite mad, because Simon's built Bare Knuckle Sport what it is now. It was YouTube Wars, and he built it up to Bare Knuckle Sport, and you know, it is a good platform. And now Ash is running it, but yeah, check this one out.
That's the real secret of running.
Book your test drive today.
After almost 3 months, I've decided it's time to tell my side of what happened and why I disappeared in the way I did. It all started after our Hartlepool show. John Dillinger always wanted us to use him for the security because we were all trying to work with...
This John Dillinger, I actually don't know of him, but I have heard of his name before.
Other promotions. We all thought it was a good idea to try and use the same companies. We employed his business to do the security for that show. A couple of days after the show, I was informed that on the day some drugs were taken off someone and put into a safety box. After the show, the box was broken and the drugs had gone missing. This was the first of my knowledge. However, John took it up on himself to blame me for this and made out he had a contract with that venue for the security, when in actual fact, it was a one-off show that they were hired for because we asked for them. John then decided to try extorting me for money. He set me up by inviting me to...
Now, honestly, people, yeah. When I first heard that all this stuff kicked off with Simon Kirk, I generally did think, you know, there's something not right here. Why would Simon just up and leave? And why would he rob a watch? You know, when he's got what he's got going. You know, he's got Bare Knuckle Sport. You know, he wasn't short for money or anything like that. And I always thought there was something a bit more to it.
Another show that was happening in Nottingham. I went to the show alone, and upon getting there, I was asked to go backstage to have a quiet word with John. When I got there, he had one of his security staff there, all stood around me and started going in at me saying I cost him thousands of pounds because he had lost the contract and I must pay money. When I said I wasn't paying the money, he then decided to hit me in the face twice and demanded I pay him £1,000 there. And then...
Now, to be quite fair, that guy in the back of this picture does look like a rough old fella, like.
Or I'm not leaving alive. At the time, I had my rucksack with me, and inside I had a replica watch. At the time, I was scared and just wanted to get out of the building. I didn't have £1,000 to give him, so I offered him the watch, making out it was real. He took the watch off me, had a look at it, and gave it back to me and said, "It's fake. I don't want your fake shit," and continued to demand £1,000. He also had picked up my car key that fell out of my hand when he hit me and said the only way I was getting it back was to transfer him £1,000. And then I had to ring my business partner, Ash, and explain to him the situation I was in, and he managed to send me £1,000 to my bank account. I then transferred this £1,000 to John, and he gave me my car key.
Now, this is what I find quite bad as well, people, because anyone could come on YouTube and say, "Oh, this happened to me, that happened to me." But, you know, Simon here is actually posting bank transfers and also other stuff what sort of proves he isn't really lying.
Back, and I left the building. As you can see, the date of the bank transfer I was forced to send John Dillinger was Saturday, the 22nd of March, 2025. The following day, on the 23rd of March, one of John's minions, Andy Smith, posted...
Andy Smith. What is this, Blanket Man, a.k.a. Rug Man?
the status and a video to Facebook, which is basically them bragging about bullying me.
I just want to tell you all, you know Simon Kirk? It's clearly rubbed up a few people the wrong way, because I know for a fact last night that Simon Kirk got a bite in the mouth and his lips punched off him, so do me a favour everybody, just give him a FaceTime, so tell me, it's what it is, Simon.
About a rug wrapped around him.
Karma's a bitch, innit? But end of the day, moving on to Video Craig. Video Craig, you said in your last video that you're willing to meet me, Craig. So I'm telling you right now, Craig, I'm going to leave it
Obsessed with Video Craig, isn't he?
in your hands. I want a time, a date, a location, because you know what, Craig? It's like this simple.
Andy even goes on, mentions Top Dog John's company when trying to threaten Craig later in the video.
You can have your pick of any man in the north to come with you and make sure that you're all right, because I'm bringing someone with me. I know a few top dogs all over the country, Craig, so I know a few top dogs all over the country.
Done with then, until around 6 weeks later, when me and a number of promoters who I won't name were having a business meeting. John was arranging the meeting and chose the location where we would all meet. When I got there myself and Ash just arrived at the same time, we found it strange that everyone else was already there. When we entered the building, I went into the meeting room. There was 2 security guards on the door, which was unusual, as it's just a meeting. Everyone else from the other promotions were already there, sat down waiting. It was another setup. John set it up to make look bad in front of everyone and try get me removed from all the bare knuckle promotions, along with telling me I wasn't leaving that building alive. Decides to tell me the door staff he has, there aren't going to be letting me leave that building. He tells everyone that I've been selling drugs at my shows and that he has lost contracts and I don't deserve to be a part of the organisation. After I agree to leave, he then demands I pay more money. He says I must pay him £5,000. Starting at £500 per month, telling everyone how I tried to give him a fake watch. I'm trying to make him look stupid, etc. I did defend myself and said the watch was real, which was a big mistake on my behalf. I gave him all the money I had, £250. He let me leave the building and that I have to start making payments as soon as possible. Then the day after he rings me up, telling me he needs the money faster and demands, if this watch is real, I have to sell it to his friend. I know I can't do this because it's a fake, but I couldn't really go back on my word and tell him it was fake. So he then demanded I transfer him another £250, which I did. The same day he's demanding I take the watch to his friend to sell and give him the money. I know I can't do this, so I made up a lie that I took the watch to Sheffield to be authenticated and left it with a professional. The next day he starts making more threats and demanding the money that I don't have. After all the threats and demands, I felt like the only way to escape all this and protect my family was to leave.
For your chance to win hundreds of prizes, play Oreo Night Twist. Scan, play, win.
Fast delivery. Thrilling entertainment. It's on Prime for $8.99 a month.
Where's your backup?
There is no backup.
And never come back. Other important things I need to clear up. At the time I decided to leave, there was £2,500 in my business account, which I took. So I had money to leave the country with. I am not proud of this, but at the time I felt it was the only option. I did not steal a watch. "12 months before any of this happened. A fighter lost an expensive watch while travelling. Me, trying to be nice, offered to set up an insurance policy and make a claim for the missing watch 12 to 18 months after in February. This year, I purchased a replica of the watch for a few £100 to wear and make out it was the real one. So when I did the claim, I had pictures and proof of the watch. Yes, I know this is wrong, and at the time I thought I was helping a friend out. This is the reason I had the replica watch in the first place. Now, 3 months on, I have lost everything. My business, my family, my kids, absolutely everything because of what's happened. All I ever wanted was to help people and be a better person. I'm past caring now about anything. I'm living my own life where I don't want social media. I don't want friends, and I don't trust anyone. I have lost everything, and the truth needs to be out there. I've nothing left to lose. I have already lost everything. This is the one and only time I will address this situation. It's down to you what you choose to believe. John Dillinger, real name. Chris George is a horrible bully who extorts large amounts of money of ordinary people like myself using stories he has fabricated as reason. This video, I have told the full truth, showing proof of bank transfers of the money he extorted from me, the receipt for the replica watch, and have admitted taking the money from the business account. I know many people out there will have believed in me all along because I have spent a lot of time around fighters and helped in many ways to the people who believed in me. Thank you. Regards, Simon Kirk.
30th of August, AO Arena, live on